Hi, uh, in this video tutorial, I'm gonna be showing you four different tiny flowers that I used on my recent project, the 4 feet monogram that was picked up the other day. So, in this video, I'm gonna be sharing four different flower designs and how I assemble it. It's very easy and very efficient with the flowers. So let's start with design number one. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna call this flower, but this is how I lay it out on an 8.5 by 11 paper. So it comes with a 5 inches, 4 inches, and the 3 inches. So if you want a smaller flower, because this one is a 5 inches flower, if you want to make a smaller one, you can just shrink the size in your Cricut and then uh, you know, flip the orientation. Instead of portrait, make it landscape and add another, click it and duplicate it and add another one, so there's gonna be two of this orientation in your paper. So anyway, on the template itself, I'm gonna be giving, just one free size template so that you can resize it the way how you want it. So as I said, in this design, I have 3 layers in 3 different sizes, the 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches. So I already pre-cut this one so that will be faster, and I already folded the 2 smaller ones as again for us to make it quicker. So let me show you how I achieve this clean fold. Although you can just fold it, directly as you want, but sometimes if there's no scoring on it, the fold isn't as clean as this. Or you can also score it on Cricut, but I find it's too slow, especially with my old machine. So what I do, I have this spatula part of my Cricut accessories, and what I do is just the curved side, it's away from me, and then from the base of each petal, the center, I just press it and draw a straight line all the way to the tip. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you know that I am into alternatives. Just in case you don't have this spatula, you can use butter knife. It's sharp yet it's dull. You know what I mean? It doesn't cut your paper. So the next thing you need to do is to have this flatter surface here and align it with your scoring line and just fold it like so. This is easier with a smaller petal, but a bit challenging with the largest one. But it's really not challenging that it would be impossible for you to make it. So 4, and 6. So now that we have all our 3 petals folded, we can now arrange it like staggered position. Like the second row, it's in between the 2 layers of the old one, and then as you hold it, just fold it a little bit here and then sneak the glue from the back to really ensure that it will keep in place. And then raise the petals a little bit to create dimension. And then the third and final layer. The third and final layer, because we are positioning it in a staggered position, which means this would also align to the first layer. So and here's your flower. So there are different kinds of centers that I'm gonna be including here in this video. Actually, I will include 3 different centers. I will include the dandelions, I will include the mini daisy, and also this one. I'm not sure what am I gonna call this one yet, but these are the free centers that I'm gonna be giving away, including in this tiny rose flower package that would make up for your arrangement, just in case you are feeling some monogram or a shadow box. So in this particular flower, I'm gonna be using a combination of these two, this center and the mini daisy. So first off is I'm gonna using this small screwdriver. I'm just creating a dimension to this center like so, and then glue it in the middle. So actually it's perfectly okay right now how it looks, but I want to create more dimension on it. Oh, one thing, if you wanted to stop in here, what you can do is add like a flat pearl, just add it in the middle like that. But because I wanted more layers, before I'm going to add this pearl, I'm gonna be adding this mini daisy center. So before I will place it there, due to the tightness of the center, I'm gonna add the flat pearl first, like so, and then add the daisy towards the center of your flower. So that's the first design. Very easy to make, especially if you have you know, very little time to work on, and since it's 5 inches, it covers larger space in your arrangement, and also the sharp edge of the fold gives it a very crisp texture on your arrangement. So that's one. Next is we're going to make our hydrangea. So this hydrangea, you have an option. There's like a 1 inch, but this one is 2 inches hydrangea. And the way how I do it is pretty simple. So realistically, you know, if I'm doing it in hurry, I'm not just doing it 2 pieces at a time, but I'm working on 4 pieces at a time, or even 5. So what I do, using this stick, a very similar to like a skewer stick, but it's a dowel rod, very small size that you can get from Michael's or Joann's. So what I do, I position it in the center of my petals and then just fold it upward like so. And place it in a staggered position. So I like this one because super easy to make, plus it's gonna fill in the smaller gaps in your arrangement effortlessly, like that. You know, if this is an open area here, you can just sneak it and you can cover the surface with no problem. So there are two ways on how you are going to put a center. First is the flat pearl. So all you have to do is just put a little bit of glue and bam, there's your filler. So the second thing is using this dandelion center. All you have to do is just push it all upward and then pinch the bottom like so, and then get the glue and voila, here's your hydrangea with extra texture in it. So here's one and here's two. So now that we're done with hydrangea, we're going to move on to this third flower. I'm not sure what kind of flower I'm gonna call this, but when I lay this out on an 8.5 by 11, this is how it looks like. There are 5 pieces in one paper, and I only need 3 pieces in one flower. So very economical when it comes to flower. By the way, it will look like this one. So very economical. So the first thing is align all 3 petals together and get, you know, I have different sizes of dowel rods, and I would recommend you guys would also do the same. So I have different sizes, from the larger sizes than this one that I'm holding right now. So just for a point of reference, this one is as small as like a skewer stick, and this one is a bit larger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using this one, the bit larger dowel rod, and again place it in the middle and pinch the sides upward to create a soft curl on your petal. So 3 petals at a time, very easy to make, and you know, not the hard but the more time consuming area in making this flower is just the cutting. So now that we're done, again we'll just have to position it in a staggered way. So 1 behind the other. So, and then the third layer should be in between the second layer too. So that is now the base of your flower. It has volume in it, very easy to make. It has texture because of the petal edges, and at the same time you can make this dandelion as your center. I really love this center because it creates more interest and more texture on your flower. And place it in the middle. You can stop there, or you can add a flat pearl if the theme permits. If not, you can also use crystals if you have you know, your theme would be crystals rather than cheeky or French like theme. So this is now our third flower. The next one will be a peony, a very easy one to make. So I already have listed this one in my Etsy shop, and you can guys go ahead and buy it. I already have the tutorial of this flower too, but the way how I made it, it's quite different. And on the old tutorial, I use this 5 sheets of this 4 inches petal or pieces, but here I'm only using 4. Not only that it's economical to your paper, at the same time it would save you time of work for the additional 1 layer. So the first thing you need to do, I already pre-cut all 4, align everything together, and then among these 3, the larger one, which is almost the same as my pinky, is what I'm using. So the same strategy, just position it in the middle and pinch it upward like so. So lots of the curling is, you know, just pinching it with a dowel rod upward. Like so. So now you have your petals curled. So the first thing that we are going to do, this is more complicated than the normal. So let's press all the petals upward. Like that. And the way how I do it is I pick up 2 petals together and position it upward, one atop of the other, in a very stand-up like position. So this side here, I'm sticking it with the back at the back of the second petal. So it's all together, the 2 petals are together upward now. So again, I'm gonna raise the 3rd layer. Bear in mind the way how I do this is one atop of the previous. So the same thing as this new one atop of the previous. And we are gluing the back side of the previous petal to the new one. Like so. Let me just check my framing because I don't want that. Okay, it's fine. So the 3rd petal is on. Now working towards the 4th petal. And then the 5th. And then the 6th. And seal the last petal. So basically you have a hexagon back part of your piece. So after that, we're going to get another one, and let's glue this. Each corner should be parallel to each corner of the second one. So just showing you. So once it's done, this is a very easy to make peony too. This here in the base part, just squeeze some glue and fold it upward. like so. Three. So while be careful, it's very hot, but the way how I do it, while I'm working on the new one, I'm still holding to the first and the second. So that's the fourth. The fifth, and then the sixth. So give it a time that, you know, it will fully stick and it will cool down. So now our peony is starting to form. Now into our third layer. Unlike to the first layer and the second layer, which is perpendicular to the corners, now let's make sure that the corner of our flower would be in the middle on each petal, like so. And let's place it as center as we can. So just dab some glue and move it as center as you can. So once it's stick, you can then now the same thing on the base part, fold it upward. Two, three, four. So take a notice on how I hold the petals. Be careful, it's really hot. I would recommend, if you have a gloves, you know, like a curling iron gloves, wear it. If you can't, I just don't feel I'm gonna be that efficient if I will wear that, but I think it would help because this one is really hot, and if you cannot endure the heat, you know, it will take a little time to completely dry it out and wait for it to stick on your petals. And blowing it would help also. So now our third layer is on. Time for our fourth and final layer. So again, make sure that the corner of our flowers is at the middle of the last base. So you can basically just do it like this if you want, but I want to, you know, still glue it closer to the previous petals. So again, I'm sneaking some glue and I'm folding or pressing it upward. Two, three, four, five, six, so just waiting for like around 10 seconds. Now here's our peony. Now we're gonna be doing a center. So for the center, you can actually use a dandelion, the same thing as we did on the previous flower design. We can just pinch the bottom and then glue it in the middle, that's fine. Also, what I used in my previous project was this Stamens. I got this one, I think, from Joann's, and I believe it's like I think it was on sale, like 99 cents for this too. So what I do is have 3 of this glittery stamen and then 3 of the thicker ones. For me, it just adds some sparkle on your arrangement, and at the same time texture. So folding it in half and scattering the bottom part, trying to make sure that there's enough space to have the hot glue flow into it, and then have some hot glue and press it in the very middle part of your flower and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here you go. Here's your peony, and it's a 4 inches one, and that's how I made it. So basically, all these flowers are part of the package that I'm gonna be listing very soon in Etsy. It comes with all the templates of these flowers, also the 3 different centers, but I cannot include this one. You can buy it in Joann's or Michael's if you want. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and if you have any question, I would encourage you to put a comment down below, or I am very much more responsive in my Instagram than in my YouTube. So again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. Until next time, guys. Bye.